Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I am going to be having a go at making another journal cover. It's going to be a little bit similar to the one we did at the beginning of the year, which is this one, which I'm absolutely loving. Now I'm just going to do the cover today. This one I covered on the inside and around the edge with book paper. Now I'm going to use it's book paper, but it's music paper. It's just like a little music book, which is lovely. Now I'm trying to concentrate on spines sort of like this year. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to cover that with that. I've got, now the cover that I've used is the Amazon packaging. Now I made these at the end of last year and got some of them ready, and I'm going to be adding an extra spine to that. So when I sew in the signatures, or I might actually make this one into like a folder, I'm not quite sure, but I wanted like a little extra spine on it, and I wanted it to sort of like look like a book spine, because I'm going to be, this is going to be the panels at the front or on the back of the book. Now this paper was a freebie for my one-off and monthly Ko-fi supporters, so if you're one of those, you can go and print this off from Ko-fi. But I just thinking this would look really nice as a book spine like that. It doesn't have to be fabulous, because this is I've never made one before, so I'm not quite 100% sure what I'm doing, but I just think that would look really, really nice. So I'm going to pop those to the side because I don't want to get those all covered in glue. Now what I've done, I've taken a strip and I've just squashed two pieces together. Squashed them, I glued them together. Now I'm going to just take another piece, and this is 2 centimeters wide. And I'm just going to, let's pop this to the side for a minute. I think what I'll do, I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way of doing it. I'm going to just take maybe a bigger piece like this. Maybe I'll take 2, so it's just a little bit thicker, and just add some sort of strips down there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to just glue this on, not that it really matters which way. I'm going to glue this onto the other piece. Is my glue coming out? No, let's just take that off. Let's just use this end. Stick this onto here. Oops, if I can pick it up, just so I know it's the right size. Stick that on and then cut that off like that, just so it's a little bit thicker, just so it's a sort of double thickness, and I can stick that onto there. And then let's do another one. We don't have to have them all the same thickness. I'll do a thick one and then maybe a thinner one either side, like that. So yeah, like I said before, I would really like to sort of like concentrate on my spines of my journals this year, because that's what you see on your shelf, isn't it? And I think it would be quite nice to have sort of like a mixture of different sort of like spines. Now you could do this so it's sort of like got a bend in it, sort of like rounded, but I'm just gonna make a basic one to start with. Now I think I might stick that on top of here like that. So once this is on, I will sort of cover it with a little bit of kitchen paper or something, and then maybe pop a little bit of paint or something on there. Let's just stick that on, then we can just paint over it with gesso. So look at that. So it's just a bit of a sort of a making one today. It doesn't have to be. Should we do one? What should we do? Another one like this. Put that on there. A little bit of glue. Stick that on. So I don't know whether you guys have already made one of these. a spine. I should have really had a bit of a look, shouldn't I, on Pinterest. But sometimes it's nice to just make it up as you go along. What do you think? I have a thinner bit at the bottom. Let's stick a little line across there. Stick that on. So I was going to do another sort of little journal topper today, but I was thinking about this, and once you start thinking about something, you just want to make it, don't you? Well, I do anyway. What do you reckon? Another one of those? Actually, I could have probably just, I might cut that in half. Probably should have just stuck a piece together and then just cut them off, shouldn't I? There you go. I'm not worried if they're wonky. It's supposed to look like a bit of an old book, so it doesn't matter if it's all sort of wonky, does it? Let's stick that there. Turn this round. Put this one at the bottom. Maybe I'll do a bigger bit in the middle. What do you think? Let's stick that there. Like that. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just do like a little panelly bit in the front, in that bit. Let's see. Stick that onto here. Like that. Squash it down. Should I sort of cut these bits off? What do you reckon? Just like that, and then stick that on. Oh, that would look quite nice, wouldn't it? Pop that on. Sort of in the middle. In the middle. Let's go a little bit higher. There we go. Squash that down. Like that. And then I'm just going to pop these two little bits there. One here. Oops. One there. Like that. And then one this side. Like that. Perfect. Okay, so I think I might just leave this to dry. Should I put another little panel in there? What do you think? That doesn't look very straight, does it? Should I put another little... Should I just cut a little piece off here? Oops. Let's just cut the edges. Just a little trim off the corners. There we go. Pop this on. Stick that on there. Just like that. Okay. So there we go. So can you see? I've sort of like just stuck these on. I don't think they're very straight, but that's okay. Just a first go. So let's just see. We can only improve, can't we? If we make any more. So that then, so this is our spine, so that would sit on separately. Oh, that looks quite good, doesn't it? So let's pop that. Oh no, we need this now. I'm going to leave this. I'm going to pop that to the side to dry a little bit. Let's put that on there. Now, next step, I've got some of this, so what I'm going to do is go around the edges like I did before on the other journal. So I'm not going to do such small pieces. Oops. And hopefully it won't take so long to actually cover up the edges. I'll link the video to the other one that I did underneath. So what I'm going to do, look at this glue everywhere. I'm going to just glue along here. Let's make sure there's sort of, this is going to be the front, so let's just, a lot of it's going to be covered up anyway. We want to get this done, stuck on so it looks good, and then we'll just fold the rest of it over around the back. Shall we have it going down, or shall I have it? I don't think it really matters, does it? Let's just go down here, like that. If I've got gaps or anything, we can always fill that in afterwards. That's not a problem. There we go. Perfect. Now I am going to do the spiny bit down through here, because on the other one I didn't do that, so I had to come back in and do that. So let's just let's do the bigger bit. Oops. There we go. And then we're going to turn this over and stick these down the back. Perfect. So this is the inside. So what we're going to do, I need to find some paper to put on there as well, don't we? It's going to be too big. Let's just stick that there. Fabulous. There we go. A bit more glue. Lovely. So that's our lovely journal, and then we will pop these. I've got sticky fingers, so I've got to be careful. These will go on there like that. So when that's dry, I'll just sort of like ink around the edges. But lovely. And then we've got our funky little book spine going on there. I think a bit that way, because that's a little bit not quite in the middle, I don't think. Lovely. Okay, next step. Oh, take all my sticky bits off. Let's pop that over there to dry. And this is pretty dry now. I'm going to get, let's put the lid on here. I'm going to get a little bit of, I've got the Ultra Matte Medium by Liquitex. And I'm going to get a little bit of kitchen paper on here, a couple of sheets of that, make sure it's not going all blurry. Let's test. So let me just, let's 2-ply this one. I don't mind if it's got that texture on it, because book pages, book covers and that have texture on anyway. Probably don't need 2 pieces, but Let's just see if I can open this up. Can't do that one. Let's do this one. It's just like, or if you've used napkins and you've got the back of your napkins, you can use that as well. Okay, let's use that. Let me get some glue. Let me get my brush. I'm going to use just a paintbrush on here. I'm going to just tip this on. Just like that. Just dab it on. Like that. Should have put some paper underneath this really, shouldn't I? Take some bits. And then just dab it over the top. Like that. Nice and fun, this one. Let's make sure we've got enough glue on here to just put that on like that, I think. Dab it down, make sure you get into all those little corners. Perfect. Right round the edges. So I think I might have to leave this to dry for a bit. That's on. I'm going to pop another little bit of glue over the top and then just do one more layer of paper, and then I can just, there we go, cut around the outside when it's sort of dry. Let's just there we go. And then I think I'll paint it with a little bit of gesso. So let's just make sure. Trying to stuck to the table. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut a little bit of this off because I'm going to wrap it round the back of it. I don't want to wrap all of it. I think I might just dry a little bit with my heat gun for a second before I turn it over. Just stipple it down, make sure we are stuck. Okay, I'm going to give this a quick blast. Okay, perfect. Right, now that's going to be dry enough on the other side. I think it's sort of like warping a bit, so I might have to pop this onto something flat. Should we turn this over? You're not going to see this bit. So let's just turn this over. What does that look like? Fabulous. I think it looks really nice. Obviously you could probably, as we go, I'll probably make some more of these sort of things anyway, but as you go you could probably make them out of little bits of offcuts of leather. I might go and have a look in our charity shop and see if there's any sort of like old leather bags that I can recycle, or some leather coats or something. See what we've got. Let's just turn that over. Perfect. Turn down. Lovely. What do you reckon? Not fabulous, but I think we will be able to get this to sort of look like something at some point. Right, I'm going to just give that a quick dry again. Okay, so let's just leave that for a little bit to dry because it's quite bendy. Not quite sure which side to have it on. So leave that to the side and see. Let's pop the lid on that. Let's pop our brush over there. And I'm going to bring this in now. We don't want those. Fabulous. Okay, so this is going to be the front. I didn't stick that down very well, did I? There we go. I suppose you could probably go over the whole lot of it with a little bit of glue as well, but I don't think I will. I'm going to just get my ink out, just go around the edges, just to grunge up. I don't mind if it's a little bit loose on the sides, because you know, I don't want it perfect. I'm quite happy with it to be quite scruffy. So let's just add a bit of ink. I will probably speed this bit up anyway. Okay, so that's pretty well done. Look at me, I haven't stuck half of it down properly, but there we go. So that's the inside and this is the outside. So we can always add a little bit more ink in a minute, but let's see what that looks like. Perfect, look at that. I think that's going to look really, really nice, isn't it? On there. And then our little spine will go on there. That looks like a little book. Spine, fabulous. Love it. Now this is still just a tad wet, so I'm going to just quickly ink around the edges of this as well. Actually, what I might do with this, let's just pop that to the side. Where's my little grungy tool? I'm going to take this and I'm going to just grunge up the edges, I think. Just a little bit. Can you see? Just so it's a little bit tattered. Like that. Okay, so I just grunged up all the edges and I've gone around it with some ink. So that's all done. So I think that looks quite nice. Just a little bit of grungy around the edge. And so that's the outside. So these are going to go on there. I think what I might actually do, I might sew around there as well, because this has to be, I'm not going to cover this bit up like I did on the last journal. So I might just go around that with the sewing machine. And then this will go on there like that. I do have what I was thinking. I've got a little cup and saucer look, which I think that would look really nice on there. These are from, I had the cup and saucer, or I had the little teapot. These are from my Assorted Fussy cuts, which I just cut out. But I quite like the little cup sat on there. And then I might pop maybe a little bit of lace along here. We shall see, but I'm going to do this. I won't stick this on today. I'm going to finish it off, but I won't stick it on because I'm not sure whether I'm going to use this as a journal cover or make like a little folio. So I will see, because I'll wait and see and let it dry a little bit. Now I'm going to just stick this on. I'm going to stick it on with some glue stick, just like this. And then I'm going to sew it, because I don't know what I'm going to pop on the inside cover. So that's why I'm going to sew it now. And then worry about it. I will finish this off tomorrow in a video. Oh gosh, I just stuck that. It's okay. I'll finish this off in a video tomorrow, so I'll make sure it is really nice and dry. Is that level? There we go. Perfect. So let's just get this stuck on, because it's still sticky. I put so much glue on it that I really need to make it sort of dry and go a little bit harder. Stick these on. But I'm just loving this paper. I think it's fabulous, isn't it? So make sure they're level. There we go. Okay, so they're on. So that is our fabulous cover. Look at that. I just think that looks fabulous, doesn't it? Fabulous is my word of the day by the looks of it. Okay, I'm going to leave that, and I will sew that in a minute while this is drying. So let's get some, oh, I don't need that as the lid, do I? Let's get a little bit of gesso. This is just my Galleria one, which is the white gesso primer. There's lots of different ones you can use. So take a little bit of this, pop that in the lid, and then I'm just going to dab this on, and then we can, I'm not quite sure, should we just do it sort of brown? A little bit brown and boring, but I thought I might actually even add a little bit of gold to it. Just the little like strips, rub a little bit of gold around it. Let's see, let's just pop a quick layer of this on. See, I don't mind it, I quite like it sort of textures, it looks quite nice, doesn't it? Let's just go around the edge. I quite like the texture better. Let's do this edge. This will have to dry as well, so this is going to have to be overnight to dry, so it's nice and hard as well. Let's just do the ends. Okay, quick dry. Okay, what's that like? That's not bad, is it? Do you think I need another layer? Don't think so. That's quite wibbly wobbly, so definitely let's pop that on, and I'm going to use some of my brown ink up here. So this is the burnt umber. Let me just get a little, got a little pot just in case we need that. Let me get a little paintbrush as well. There we go. What do you think? I'm just going to just drip it on onto these bits first. Oh, look at that. Okay. Shall I just spray a bit of water on there? I think that's going to make it a little bit too wet. I'm going to go over the whole lot, I think. Okay. Gosh, that looks good, doesn't it? Okay. I think I need to just quickly dry that before I go over it again, because the gesso is a bit wet, I think, underneath. Dab a little bit in there. Go around the edge. Well, this is fun. today. A little play. Go through there. This side. Lovely. Let's go in there. Just where the little edgy bits are. It's probably an easier way of doing this maybe, but we'll see. Let me just get, where's my water? I'm going to take off too much. Yeah, I think that's just dabbing in, making a big mess, isn't it? Right, I'm going to quickly leave this to dry for a little bit, I think. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to leave that to dry for a sec, so I'll be back. Okay, so that's sort of drier now, but what I'm going to go do is just try and rub a little bit of it off, just to see if I can get a little bit of that texture. So it almost looks a bit sort of leathery in there. Let's do it either side. Oops. Let's just rub it. Can you see? I don't know whether you can see. I will do a close-up of this at the end, if it's any good. Let's do this end. So I'm just going to tiny bit of water on there, not too much. Just rub it. It's quite a hard brush just to get in there and get rid of some of that. Okay. Oops. Oh, actually, I like that. Oh, it's got a bit of the colour off it, but it looks nice. It looks a bit worn, doesn't it? I'm not going to do that. Oh, maybe I will. A little bit. I want sort of gold on those bits. Actually, if I get rid of that middle bit, it looks quite worn. I think these are just sort of like trial and error, these things, aren't they? Just give it a quick grunge. Oh, I think that looks pretty much like a little book spine. Okay, love it. Oh, I love it. I'm going to just go over it with the heat gun again. Perfect. Now, in my little drawer, I have this gold. This is Stamperia. It's like a gold wax. Let me just get my grubby little thing. Just take a little bit of this out. I'm going to pop that down there. Now, this will be either good or bad. Let's just... Oh, I like it. Oh, I like that a lot. Can you see? There, I hope so. Like I said, I'll do a close-up. Let's just do that bit. Go. Do a little bit at the end. So this is just sort of like a gold wax on here, which is good. It looks good, doesn't it? Actually, you could probably, if it wasn't too thick, you could probably use a piece of a leather belt as well. Oh, I might have a look for some leather belts in the charity shop, because they would work, wouldn't they? Because you could cut pieces off and make the little bits on the side, or the little raised bits. Okay, I think that looks pretty worn, don't you? Oh, I'm really pleased how that's come out. Okay, don't think we need any more. Stuck on my finger. Look at that. Fantastic. I love it. Looks really, really good. So I'm going to leave that to the side to dry. I'm going to quickly, I'm going to just actually put some of this back in there, because look, I've got a great lump of it there. Pop that over to the side. Rub that off so it doesn't go all over my book. And then I'm going to go to the sewing machine and I'm going to just sew around the edge like that before I put anything on the inside. But I think I'll do the inside tomorrow. I might just decorate this front bit, so I will be 2 minutes. I'm just going to quickly go and sew around here. Okay, so I've just sewn around there and I think that looks really nice. Let's just take these little bits off. You can't see it too much, but you can a little bit. And then tomorrow we can decide what we're going to do with it, whether we're going to do a folio or a journal. So we've got our lovely little spine. Look at that, fabulous. I think that looks really, really good. So I'm just going to stick that on just like that, but not now. Like I said, I'll leave that, but I think it looks good. Now, what did I do with that little teapot? What do you think? Teapot, it's a teacup, isn't it? Not a teapot. What do you think? Shall we just pop a little teacup on there? Don't make too much mess on there. Just a little teacup. And let's have a look. I'm going to, what do you think? Should we put a little bit of lace? There's a bit white in there. Don't like that white bit. That's better. Right, I'm going to go and get a piece of lace or something to go across here, I think. So I'm just going to get rid of this. So I will be back in 2 seconds. Okay, perfect. So that looks great on there. I've taken the back piece off now. We don't need to lean on that. I have got this lace that I was using the other day, which is the really, really pretty soft one. And I was just thinking, I like that on there, but I'm just thinking whether that would look pretty along the shelf. Let's just remember we've got to put that on there, so it's all got to sort of go together. That looks nice, doesn't it? So it would go all the way along. I'll do the back as well. I like that. It's a bit pulled there. I'm going to just chop that bit off. Where's my scissors gone? Oh, right beside me. Let's just pop that in my little scrap pile. Let's glue that to there. Lovely. Now, what sort of glue shall we use? What would that look like up there? quite nice. I quite like that. I think I'm going to glue that. Let's take those off a minute. I'm going to go this way so I can actually see what I'm doing. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah. Glue that to there. So you want to cut it about there. Perfect. So glue gun or normal glue? I think I might try and use just a little bit of 3-in-1 across here. It's going to come out. Stick that on. Perfect. Oh, I like that. That's lovely. There we go. Oh, that just looks like little lacy edge. I wanted to sort of shabby it up a little bit, and I think that just works perfect, doesn't it? So let's do this one here. Do there. We'll cut just on this piece. Right there. Oops, I don't want that great blob on there. There we go. Oh, I'm loving how this is turning out. Okay, so I had to change my battery on my camera. So I have just glued those on, and doesn't that look lovely? I think that looks really, really nice. So where's our little teacup? I think I'm just going to stick that on there. I don't want anything too fussy on the front, because we've got that lovely band, not band, spine, which I'm loving. Now I think I will probably just ink these edges a bit more, but I won't do that now. I'll do that so it's ready for tomorrow, and then we will finish this off. So I'm going to just leave it like that. I'm not going to stick this piece down. We could do with something on here. Let me just get my... Okay, so these are my delicately shabby, what I was working with yesterday. Let's just see if I've got anything in here. What do you think? That doesn't quite work, does it? That does, though. Oh, look at that. I could do another one with a little bird cage on. Fabulous, but I quite like the little teacup for now. That looks nice. That sort of shabbies it up a little bit, doesn't it? Don't think I'll put anything on the back. We don't need the back, but that looks great. Oh, love it. Let's just ink around here. I think I will just stick this down. Just like that. Lovely little shabby bookcase. Now, you could always add in book pieces, couldn't you? These are from the Friday Freebie. So I'm just wondering if you could probably cut that down and just add that in. I'm going to cut this off just to see. Let's just give it a go, shall we? Add in another little book. Do you know what I mean? So you could actually bring that out a little bit further. Oh, I quite like that. You could add, look, you could even just go over one of your books with something different so they look different. Or you could actually go over these with a little bit more gold pen. Oh, I like that. I like that idea. Maybe I'll stick that on there like that. That looks quite good, doesn't it? I'm going to do that. I'm going to stick that on the front. Let's just get rid of these little white lines. I might just round that off just a tiny bit at the top. Just so it's not so sort of straight. That looks a bit better. I'm going to stick that down. That. Lovely. Should we stick it down? Oopsie daisy. Stick it down with a bit of this. Actually, I've got these. This is from my grungy paper I printed on the back of these. And I think I might use that inside as the lining. So it's just wipe this over. Just to spread it. I've got very sticky fingers anyway. I'm going to put that on there. Oops, that's not stuck down very well, is it? Where's my glue? Didn't stick it down too well. Oops. Maybe I should have stuck it down with some glue gun. If it doesn't stick, I will do that tomorrow. That one seems to be okay. I'm going to stick our little flower, our lovely little roses. I think I'm going to stick that down. Oh, look at that. I like that. Fab. Just stick this down with some glue gun. Nice big blodge. Just stick that there. Like that. Look at that. Fabulous. Now, shall I stick that down or shall I pop something underneath it? I don't think we need to. I think I might just stick it as it is. Let's just do it. Stick this down. Like that on our book. Look at that. How perfect. Oh, I love that. Beautiful, isn't it? Don't you think that's lovely? And then we've got our little separate spine there, which I think is lovely. So I'm going to finish this off tomorrow because that's really exciting, and I will decide whether it's going to be a journal cover or a folio. So whichever way, this will be on this side, and that will be popping out of my shelf, won't it? Love it. Okay guys, well, I'm going to leave it there before I fiddle any more. I will go around the edges with a little bit more ink just to darken it up a bit, and then I will be ready and we will decide what we're going to do with it tomorrow. Alright guys, we'll have a lovely rest of the day. Please take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Alright guys, bye bye.